Hi there, welcome back to David at Ckup. Right, where do I start? This government is a complete, utter fuck up. Excuse my language, but it's true. I don't like swearing, but it's a good point to put across to you how it makes me feel and what my thoughts are. Excuse me. The trouble is, right, they are betraying us. Don't they ever a flying toss about me or you, as long as they can let all these Muslims into this country to destroy our country and our culture. So what do we do about it? There's a question. Well, is it directly the government's fault? Or is there an agenda behind this government with these civil servants controlling the government and they got to abide by what they're told? Which I think probably is the case. So the government have the opportunity to run the country, which they're making a shameful job of. And I feel that because we are faced with this dilemma of being screwed over and people are getting hurt because this ideology of their culture, and it just, how do I put it? It's a case of we're not in Palestine. We're not out in Asia. This is the UK. It's Great Britain. So why should we put up with all these foreign nationals coming to the UK, preaching their religion, telling us what we can do, what we can't do in our own country? It's bloody wrong. And I don't want to put up with it. We're being dictated to tell us what we can do, what we can't do. Well, sorry, I'm not going to abide by that. I'm going to complain. I'm going to moan. I'm going to put videos out to you and let you know how I feel. And what we can all do is find a way through this. Because you know as well as I do, there's more, how do I put this? It's difficult because when I want to say something, right, I'm debating whether to say it or not. And the way I feel is that because they're curtailing the free speech, I've got to be rather diplomatic of what I say. And it's because we've got a government and a society that is betraying the British people and the culture of England. It's almost like you are getting victimized because and blamed for being British. It's almost like being an alien in your own country because we're outnumbered by the Muslims. Most of them are fine, but when you get that ideology behind them and they get fanatical and they start preaching this about Palestine and about Israel bombing them to oblivion, I'm sorry, but the Israelis are defending themselves because what the Hamas did to them. So what they're doing in Gaza is a direct result of what they did to them. So my opinion is that they get what they deserve. End of. And the trouble with this country, we got too many little goodies saying we can't do this, you can't see that, you can't do that. It's all bullshit. But because at the end of the day, we've got a government that wants to promote Muslims, foreign nationals, allow them into the country, but sod the British people. The government has a duty of care to the British people, but that's gone out the window. So what does this tell us? It tells us we are being betrayed. It tells you that We cannot trust government. We're getting to a point, right, in this country that there's less and less police officers, serving police officers. There's about 10,000 that are leaving the service per year. There's not enough recruits to bring the new police officers into the police force. There's just not the numbers. And what also I'd say is this. When you've got people controlling our government and allowing all this to happen, but you've got what I'm trying to get at is you've got to look past it. The frigging government is an absolute, excuse my language, a bunch of absolute arseholes, right? They've got their heads shoved up their arses, they're talking a lot of bullshit and then just no brains. But I can see this. A lot of other YouTubers can see this. A lot of you can see this. But we need a voice. We need a party or a group of people that are going to stand up for our rights, for our nation. It's a pity we couldn't have the army on our side and say, and the army said, you're not doing this to our country. You're not British. You're not standing by our values, core principles, honour and respect, integrity, honour. What does this government know about honour? Excuse my language, but it is fuck all. They don't give a flipping toss. There's more crooked businessmen in the bleeding number 10. I think so, and the rest of the government. But anyway, I hate them. Why? Because they're destroying this country. If we had a general election tomorrow, I would not vote for Labour if it was the last party on earth. I wouldn't piss on them if they were on fire. And what gets me is that it never used to be like this. I'm 64 and I've never ever in my life seen the UK in such a frigging mess. A lot of people on YouTube are speaking out about it. A lot of people, can see what's happening. We're a voice to the population. We are actually telling the population, you that's watching this video, it's happening. But what you got to understand is the way the government works, their mindset, and what they'll do. They can control the media, they can control the police, they can control the army. But what they can't control is what they're doing to this country, because they're actually ruining this country and it's going to rebel. This train attack or terror attack on that train on the 1st of November that hurt all those people, men and women, right? That was a wake-up call. That was a wake-up call to people all across this nation that have seen that. We are being attacked. It was a terror attack, right? But you can't call it a terror attack unless they admit it's a terrorist group and we're going to do this. Look at the word definition of terror attack, terrorist attack, and it will clearly state. But this is the point, isn't it? It's our nation, our country, our culture that is being destroyed, and we've got to stop it. And someone said to me, this government needs to be stopped in any way, shape or form. Lawfully, yes. Unlawfully, no. Because all we'll end up doing is making a rod for our own backs. But wonder what it will take for the police to say no more. But are the police in with the government? Are they all Freemasons and this secret society? Is the army generals and hierarchy a Freemason in with the Freemasons? Is it a conspiracy? I don't know. It's just a theory. But what's going on is not right. It's got to stop. I don't know how to stop it. I admit that. But I'm pointing out to you that something's got to be done bloody quickly. Because if we don't, we're up the river without a paddle, or something to that effect. So my feeling is this: we need to do something about it ASAP. But I don't know what to do. I'd like to know, but I really don't know what to do. There's far more clever people out there with a bit more brain power than me, and I'm not afraid to admit it, right? Far more clever than me. But what I can do is tell my little story of how it affects me and the people that I know and the friends that I have on YouTube, what they think about this government and our country. But there again, what's it doing to you? How does it make you feel? What do you think is the right course of action? But all I'm going to say to you is we've got to do better than what we've got. I think one option is to have a general election and replace our government, and hopefully not with another dictatorship like traitor Starmer. Anyway, I think I've said my point, and thank you for watching. Take care, everyone. Leave a comment and please consider subscribing to the channel. Helps the video to get out to people like yourself that are interested in this topic. So take care. See you soon. Bye for now.